So we got the sun in Aries, and of course we got the moon in Capricorn. Now this right here is an exaltation. So that means you may go to the extremes when it comes to career, status, and of course going towards your goals. Now this is a square, so this is a learning process that people, places, and things, and circumstances and situations will be going through tomorrow. Now of course it's going to be happening at 4 a.m. And 4 a.m. this is the time where we're in Pisces. So with Pisces taking place, we're going to be dealing with the hangman. So pay attention to your surroundings and circumstances and situations that can play out into these perspectives. Now, when it comes to that, also you got the Empress, which is another 3, which can bring you good fortune. So of course, with the hangman, don't hang yourself on the cross tomorrow unless you hang in the things that don't suit you or suit your career or suit your path or your purpose. You want to make sure you dismantling these things out of your perspective. Because of course, being hung up on the cross and looking at the crossroads where you are limiting and separating yourself from greatness and of course prosperity and big goals and dreams, you put yourself in stagnation mode. And of course, even though moon and Capricorn loves taking its time, but it don't like to stay in one spot for too long, like the things for it to get moving. So you got to at least work on something, find your career. And of course, if you got the 10th house in these houses, these are where you need to take responsibilities at, as far as your rising sign, your personality traits, your unconscious, which you're pretty much unconsciously aware of. So of course, when it comes down to this, if you're not taking care of your responsibilities, Saturn is going to put some limitations and restrictions in your life. Because of course, Saturn want to make sure you owning towards your goals, owning towards your faith, owning towards your prosperity, which he's going to basically make sure, he or she is going to make sure that whatever you're aiming towards will manifest. But of course, are you going to put in the teamwork? Are you going to put in the dream work? Feel me? Not just sit back, idolize about these things. Of course, yeah, we dealing with the here and now. So that's basically dealing with structure, the ground you walk on, how you going to set a goal, how you going to get that spark going. So of course, we about to start off with this shit in your first house. Now, if you got Capricorn in the first house, you're going to be basically attending towards your status, your personality, your responsibilities, your career, your goals. So of course, you can get your own way off. You can get your way off with expressing and basically coming up with your own goals. But of course, there's going to be some trauma. There's going to be some hurt. There's going to be some circumstance situations where it's going to be some ups and downs, dealing with your expressions, your feelings and emotions. And these things may haunt you or bite you in your ass. Try not to let these things put you in a circumstance situation of feeling vulnerable. Feel me? Got to move on, be brave, and basically aim high, and everything will be alright. Feel me? The sun gonna keep shining, the moon gonna keep growing and decreasing, but it ain't gonna stop doing what it gotta do. So you gotta make sure you utilizing the examples in the sky, and of course keep on motherfucking moving. Real shit. Also, if you got this in the second house, Capricorn in the second house, this is basically taking status and responsibilities towards the things you value, whether it be the people, places, and things you value. So if you value hard work, dedication, motivation, creativity, talents, this is where you need to basically be taking responsibilities towards. And of course, if these things don't help you, or if these things is not making you move into a perspective where you can feel free and vulnerable, and free from vulnerability, you're not gonna serve this purpose, and this thing can make you lazy and fall back. So try to put more expression, try to learn more ways on how you can pretty much have ways where it can play into your perspective, where you can freely express yourself and go out there and go get it. Also, when you got this in the third house, if you got Capricorn in your third house, you're going to be pretty much taking care of status and responsibilities when it comes to your surroundings and the people, places, and things you're familiar with. See, can be a up and down aspect, because it may be a whole lot of gossip, maybe a whole lot of drama, maybe a whole lot of concepts that people, places, and things may not get along with you with, or you may not get along with certain people, places, and things, or y'all just don't go hand in hand together. So it can be a circumstance situation where you're gonna have to get yourself in order, put yourself in the right perspective, make sure you find a practical plan, and find ways where you can become a true vulnerable value to a person, and not be vulnerable or seen as lost out here. Now, when you got Capricorn in the fourth house, you're going to be taking status and responsibilities when it comes to your family, your home, your private matters, your roots, things that you grew up on. So now this could be a circumstance situation where you need to focus on, like, not putting yourself in situations of getting too caught up into family and self personality. Feel me? You gotta have an equilibrium. You gotta find balance here, because you know this is the Libra rising. So you need to put yourself in a circumstance situation where you can find time for yourself and find time for your family. So you may have to come up with a routine, a pattern where you can find a time where you can own up to, because Capricorn don't really fuck with this house, but this is also exalted in your personality. So you may go to the extremes, maybe trying to do too much. Also, you might be a housewife, but of course, make sure these things is really owning up to your perspective as far as how you can maintain your status in your career by basically making the bucks at the home. Also, when you got this Capricorn in the sixth house, you can be taking status and responsibilities when it comes to your career, your goals, routine, daily day-to-day process. Try to put yourself in a circumstance situation where you're not focusing on things that don't really truly matter, on hold you no purpose. Focus your matters on things that can make you expand and grow and bring prosperity into your perspective. Try not to get caught up in this negative circumstances and situations that can basically blindside you. Because for me, with this position right here, you need to focus on something that's going to like bring your momentum up and make you approach things in a more suitable way. This way, things is not playing into a perspective where things is not going in your favor. For me, you got to find a way where you can like find something that's not superficial or too grounded level. You need to find something like a deep career, like a deep path that can work in your perspective. And everything will be like, oh shit, I fucking pissed. I missed the fifth house. So if you got Capricorn in the fifth house, you're going to be showing off your expression. And of course, this is your status, is your responsibility. You may go to the extremes. You may be trying to boss people around. You may be trying to manage people's life and taking control over them. Try not to do this. Take control of it over yourself. Find respect for yourself. And of course, everybody will be able to respect you and not look at you as a person where they just see that you're just basically showing off or basically trying to be the face of everything. Find a center base where you can like control that ego down and everything will be alright. If you also got this in the seventh house, for me, you need to take status and responsibilities towards your relationship and how you relate to people. For me, this is also meaning that you're not going to be in a circumstance situation of being a stepping stool. Make sure you need to find ways where you can relate to people and not put your life in a perspective where things is not organized, things is not balanced out. For me, you won't be in a circumstance situation of putting too much heavy emphasis on other people. For me, you can have your own perspective, have your own career, have your own goal, have your own focus, and everything will be right for you. Also, if you got the 10th house and the 8th house, you're going to be taking responsibilities towards your desires and things that you truly strive for. So in this perspective, this is also like an extreme where you may go to the extremes. Try not to worry about what other people say or the outsiders. For me, if you really have a true desire in this position, you need to actually go for it, aim for it, because of course it could bring you a big career and a big business. For me, no matter what the fuck they say, you better fucking go for it, motherfucker. You better get off that motherfucking porch. Feel me? And everything will be alright. Don't be a motherfucking Craig where you at. You home with smoking and shit, smoking up all that smoking and shit. You get your ass smoked by big worm and shit. You don't want to put yourself out there, so get your ass off the porch. Also, when you got the 10th house and the 9th house, this is basically taking status and responsibilities when it comes to your principles, your morals, your experiences, your spirituality, and your optimism. So of course, when you got this position here, you need to put yourself in a circumstance situation to find new ways to experience, new ways to go through, ways where you cannot put yourself in a stagnated position. Express yourself, go out there, chase your dreams, chase your careers. But you may have a whole lot of expectations, a whole lot of meanings and reasonings. You may have a whole lot of constructs where you may be wanting to do this, maybe wanting to do that. You may go far out, travel distance, as far as like finding your career, whatever best suits you. But of course, follow your heart, and of course, one thing at a time. Because if you be too mutable, be wanting to do this and shit, it's not gonna work out for me. Because the 10th house like to take things one at a time. So if you're doing all this other shit, you may put yourself in a circumstance situation of not actually getting nothing done and shit. So try not to do that. Also, if you got the 10th house and the 10th house, for me, it lives here, it loves to be here. So of course, you take responsibilities very serious. And of course, you may exalt yourself. You may go to the extremes. For me, try to find some time where you can try to like limit yourself and try not to put too much heavy emphasis on yourself. Because probably in your past life, you know what I'm saying, if you feel like if you're not getting nothing done, you're gonna feel guilty. You're gonna feel not worthy and shit. That's gonna put you in a circumstance situation where you can't do this, you can't deal with that. You gotta actually take it busy. So you're the type of person like you may overwork. You probably might have 3 jobs or some shit. It's just crazy with you at this point. Try not to do that. Try not to overburden yourself. Take care of your responsibilities. Try not to take on too many other responsibilities, and everything will be right. When it comes to the 10th Capricorn, the 11th house, you're gonna be taking responsibilities when it comes to your status and to your association and associates. Try not to put yourself all over the place. For me, Earth versus air with this position. You need to ground your ideas, ground your perspective, take initiative, roles, and of course, be the leader of the group and not allow any person, place, or thing to pretty much boss you around. For me, because this is a position where this is also the Saturn house too, which is the 11th house, which is 10th house represents status, career. 11th house represents associations, but of course, 10th house represents your independence about it, and of course, going about it by controlling people. 11th house will basically represent association and free. Try not to be all over the place. Find a structure where you can work with, and everything can basically go into your perspective. Also, if you got if you got the Capricorn and the 12th house, you need to take status and responsibilities towards your dreams, how you vision your faith, your fantasies. Try not to be all over the place. Find a career where that can best suit you and not put you in a circumstance situation of feeling vulnerable because one goal may be here and one may fade away. One thing might be here, might fade away. Feel me? You're gonna let all your dreams fade away to the point that you're gonna become a dream. You're gonna be able to actually be doing shit by you're just gonna basically be dreaming and having whole lot of mutable circumstances, situations where you're not fixated and you're not initiating new ways on how to do that. For me, so you need not to try not to be too mutable, but find a way where you can actually multitask and basically find the benefits of it, and everything will be alright. Now, for the zodiac signs, the energies that you will be dealing with for tomorrow, with Saturday, will be squares, will be trines, will be oppositions, or conjunctions. Now, the only conjunction will basically be representing more like a trine and a gift for a motherfucking earth sign. But all the other signs, you're going to be basically dealing with opposites and squares and learning processes. Try not to wake up on the wrong side of the bed. Cancers, sun, moon, ascendants too, because you're going to be dealing with opposite energy. Also, all the other zodiac signs, you're going to be affected by this too. But of course, try not to put yourself in a circumstance situation to be out of control or out of lack. And everything can be right for real. But we about to get into this shit. Also, tomorrow is going to be Saturday, so that's limitations and restrictions. Try not to overindulge into things because you're going to suffer the consequences on Sunday. Sunday is the day you're supposed to save up your energy, express it, be out there, be passionate, be optimistic. But of course, if you're out here fucking around, drinking on that nasty ass Hennessy and all that wine and all that liquor, that's going to fuck your liver. Also, when we got for Aries, you're going to be basically learning how to express yourself no matter if it's tensions or conflict going on. So you're going to be dealing with tensions when you express yourself. Try not to put yourself in a circumstance situation or allowing these obstacles play into your perspective. When the Aries, you're going to be receiving other people that's dealing with these energies. Tauruses, you're going to have the gift to express yourself in a more passionate way, a more emotional way, a more healing way as far as helping people, places, and things, and of course being loving and caring. When the Tauruses, you're going to be receiving other people that's doing this to you. Gemini, you're going to be dealing with misunderstandings when it comes to expressing the way you think and communicate. Also, try to watch out for health issues, which can cause anxiety for you tomorrow. And of course, Moon and Gemini are going to be receiving this energy. Tauruses, watch for thyroid issues. Aries, watch for head issues. Cancers, watch for depression because you're going to be dealing with circumstance situations of opposite energies, conflicts, loneliness, and wanting to get away from people. Moon and Capricorn, Moon and Cancers are going to be receiving this. Leos, you're going to be dealing with misunderstandings by having a big heart, by doing too much, but not on it towards your responsibility. Take care of yourself first. Moon and Leos, you're going to be receiving this energies. Virgos, you're going to have the gift and success to care for people, help people, and be very comfortable and be very committed. Also, Moon and Virgos, you're going to be receiving this energies. Libras, you're going to be dealing with learning process when it comes to not getting approval from others and being the approval for yourself. Also, Moon and Libras, you're going to be receiving this. Scorpios, you're going to have opportunity to be dedicated, motivated, determined towards your passion, your desires, and your goals. Moon and Scorpios, you're going to be receiving this. Sagittarius, you're going to be seeing the other side when it comes to structure, optimistic, and goals and prosperity. Moon and Sagittarius, you're going to be receiving this. Capricorns, you are the example of what to do and what not to do. Moon and Capricorn, same with you. Aquarius, you're going to be seeing the other side of intellect, creativity, and specialness. Geniusness too. Also, Moon and Aquarius, you're going to be receiving this Pisces, you're going to have opportunities to basically bring your dream into existence. Moon and Pisces, the same thing.